You wake up on a Monday morning. No alarm, no rush. Your bills are paid. Your investments are growing. And guess what? You haven't traded a single hour for $1 in days. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, Robert Kiyosaki calls it something else. Smart. In a world where most people work for money, the wealthy do something different. They make money work for them. If you're still clocking in, chasing checks, and praying for a promotion, you're playing the wrong game. Kiyosaki says it bluntly. The rich don't work for money. They create systems that print it for them, even while they sleep. So today, I'm handing you the blueprint. 5 passive income streams Robert Kiyosaki himself endorses. Income streams that separate the financially free from the financially frustrated. These aren't get-rich-quick schemes. These are get-smart-now moves. Comment: Cash flow is king. Below, if you're ready to stop surviving and start stacking. When I see your comment, I'll give it a heart. Now buckle up. We're diving into the 5 streams that could change your bank account and your life forever. Robert Kiyosaki doesn't just talk real estate, he breathes it. With 13,000 rental units under his belt, he's not flexing. He's proving a point. Real estate is the foundation of financial freedom. Not the HGTV kind where you flip houses for a flashy check, but the kind that pays you while you sleep, retires you early, and keeps the cash flowing long after you've stopped working. This isn't a hustle, it's a strategy. Here's the play. You buy a property, rent it out, and that tenant's rent covers the mortgage and then some. That extra? It's called cash flow, and Kiyosaki says it's the ultimate goal, not net worth, not savings. Cash flow is what separates the rich from the restless. But it gets even better. Real estate comes with some of the most powerful tax advantages available. Depreciation lets you write off the wear and tear of the property. Amortization helps you build equity while someone else pays the bill. Refinance it, pull out the equity tax-free, and go buy another one. That's how the game is played. Kiyosaki says, every business is a real estate business, because whether it's McDonald's or your local salon, someone owns the land it sits on. And it's not the business owner, it's the investor. You've been trained to rent, to lease, to pay the mortgage for someone else. That ends now. Stop thinking like a tenant. Start thinking like an owner. Real estate isn't just a path to wealth, it's the express lane. You don't need 13,000 units to win. Start with 1, then scale. Passive income isn't luck, it's leveraged wisdom. Robert Kiyosaki wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad in the 1990s. Decades later, it's still putting money in his pocket every single month, in over 50 languages across more than 100 countries. That's the power of royalties. You create something once, and it keeps paying you forever. It's not trading time for money, it's trading thought for freedom. Intellectual property is the most underrated wealth strategy, and yet it's sitting in plain sight. Books, digital courses, software, music, templates, even YouTube videos, these are modern-day assets. You don't have to be a best-selling author or a Grammy-winning artist. You just have to package your expertise or creativity into a format that solves a problem or inspires someone. Think about it. You've probably got knowledge someone else is desperately Googling right now. That hobby you're good at, that skill your friends ask you for help with, turn it into a course, record it, write it, license it, sell it once, earn from it forever. That's the formula. And here's the truth. Ideas are the new gold. You don't need capital to start. You don't need a business degree. You need clarity, execution, and the mindset to believe that what you know is valuable. Kiyosaki isn't just rich from real estate. He's rich from what he wrote about real estate. That's the secret. He didn't keep the knowledge, he published it, scaled it, and now it pays him whether he's in the boardroom or on the beach. You already have something inside you that can become a stream of passive income. Your creativity is not a luxury, it's currency. And if you're not monetizing your ideas, someone else will. So ask yourself, what's sitting in your notebook, your hard drive, or your imagination that could be generating cash while you sleep? Don't let your brilliance collect dust. Build it once, Earn forever. Robert Kiyosaki doesn't mince words. The worst way to get rich is to be self-employed. It sounds counterintuitive, right? You'd think owning your own business means freedom, but in truth, many self-employed people just bought themselves a job, with longer hours, more stress, and still no freedom. They're stuck in the same time-for-money trap, only now they answer to clients instead of a boss. That's not wealth. That's a high-pressure hustle. Kiyosaki draws a hard line between self-employment and owning a business system. A system runs without you. It prints money whether you're on vacation or sleeping. It doesn't rely on your presence. It relies on processes, people, and scalability. Think franchises with proven models, e-commerce stores with automation, or service businesses run by a trained team. You build the system once, refine it, hire right, and then step back. It becomes a machine. You become the owner, not the operator. The magic of systems is they scale. You can only coach so many clients, cut so many heads of hair, run so many meetings. But a system, it can duplicate itself, multiply across cities, even countries. Kiyosaki says, if your business needs you to work, it's broken. That might hurt to hear, but it's freeing once you get it. Because now your goal isn't just to earn, it's to escape. To build something that functions without your name on every invoice. Look around at the most successful entrepreneurs. They aren't taking every call or managing every sale. They built a structure. They built a brand. Then they handed the keys to the right people. That's leverage. That's how you shift from being busy to being wealthy. The wealthy don't hustle harder. They build smarter. So the next time you think about launching a side hustle, ask yourself, am I building a job, or am I building a system? One pays you temporarily, the other pays you forever. Robert Kiyosaki doesn't waste time sugarcoating things. He's not interested in the old-school advice that says to dump your money into mutual funds, cross your fingers, and pray the market doesn't crash. That kind of hope-based investing, he calls it financial suicide. But when it comes to paper assets that actually pay you, like dividend-paying stocks or REITs, now we're speaking his language. Because if there's one rule that cuts through the noise, it's this. If it puts money in your pocket without you having to clock in, it qualifies as passive income. Kiyosaki sees paper assets as tools, not saviors. The key is finding investments that cash flow, not just appreciate. A stock that rises in value is nice, but it's not predictable. A stock that deposits money into your account every quarter just for holding it, that's the power move. That's your money sending you thank you notes. Same with REITs. These aren't just ticker symbols, they're pieces of real estate portfolios that pay you rental income without the hassle of managing tenants. It's real estate without the toilets, termites, or tenants. Too many people invest emotionally. They chase hype. They follow trends. They invest in companies they barely understand because someone on YouTube said it would 10x. That's not investing. That's gambling. Kiyosaki flips the script. He focuses on companies that produce real value and share the profits with shareholders. You don't need to hit home runs. You need consistent, reliable base hits that compound over time. So, here's the shift. Stop asking, will it grow? And start asking, will it pay me? Passive income isn't just a dream, it's a discipline. Own assets that cash flow. Reinvest the income. Repeat. That's how the wealthy turn paper into power. Not by guessing the next big thing, but by stacking income streams that never sleep. When Robert Kiyosaki says savers are losers, he's not being dramatic. He's being honest. The dollar isn't holding value. It's quietly bleeding purchasing power every single day. Inflation is the invisible tax that eats your savings alive, and if your money is sitting in a bank account earning less than 1% interest, it's not safe. It's shrinking. That's why Kiyosaki doesn't save in dollars. He saves in commodities. Gold, silver, Bitcoin. Not because they're trendy, but because they're real. Gold and silver have been trusted for thousands of years. They don't need hype. They don't need a CEO. They just exist, and in a world of fiat chaos, they endure. Bitcoin is newer, but it plays the same role, a decentralized hedge against a broken system. Kiyosaki doesn't chase crypto pumps or try to trade every dip. He holds, he accumulates, he protects. Because while everyone else is playing games in the casino of the stock market, he's stacking assets that governments can't print. Commodities aren't about fast profits. They're about financial defense. They're the fireproof safe in your house while the economy burns down around you. And the beautiful thing? Once you own them, they don't ask for anything. No meetings, no tenants, no passwords to reset. They just sit there, quietly guarding your wealth. That's passive income at its most primal. Wealth that doesn't erode, doesn't disappear, and doesn't demand your time. People will mock gold. Say silver is boring. Say Bitcoin is risky. But here's the question. If the dollar crashes tomorrow, what will still have value? It won't be your savings account. It'll be your tangible, finite, globally recognized commodities. That's why Robert calls them real money. Not because they produce cash flow today, but because they protect everything else you've built. That's the endgame. No boss, no burnout, just sovereignty. And in this economy, that's priceless. So, let me ask you, are you still chasing paychecks, or are you building pipelines? Robert Kiyosaki made it clear. The goal isn't to work harder, it's to build smarter. These 5 passive income streams aren't just theory. They're real, proven, and being used right now by people who decided to stop trading hours for dollars and start collecting cash while they sleep. This isn't about luck. It's not about being born into money. It's about learning the rules, applying them with discipline, and refusing to settle for the script they handed you in school. The wealthy play a different game, and now so can you. If this video lit a fire in you, do 3 things right now. First, like this video. It tells the algorithm this is content that matters. Second, subscribe and turn on notifications, because this is just the beginning of what we're building together. And third, drop a comment below and type, "I will build cash flow, not just income." When I see that, I'll know you're serious. I'll know you're ready. And yes, I'll give you a heart. Because this isn't about watching. This is about winning. You have everything it takes to create wealth. Not someday, not next year. Now, let's build it. Let's live it. And until the next video, remember, money doesn't sleep. So make sure your income streams don't either.